Hi, this is Vivian from Fantastic Reptile Services. I wanted to do a short video on snakebite bandaging and some of the things I've learnt about snakebite bandaging that might be of use. We recommend a pressure mobilization bandage, which is an elasticized bandage that is used to create compression enough to prevent the lymphatic system from moving venom around the body and into the blood supply. They usually come in a packet such as this, single bandage, and are relatively cheap. The 10.5 meter bandage out of a package looks like this. It has these little rectangles on it. It is designed so that when stretched, if you go for a square or longer than a square, then you know that you're getting adequate compression on the bite side and everywhere else. A 10-meter bandage is quite long. It will do the full length of an adult limb, including leg or arm. If you get bitten, go over clothing, which adds to the compression, which is a good thing. You will not cut off blood supply before emergency services get to you, but if you are on the phone to an ambulance provider, they will constantly be checking on and asking whether or not fingers or toes, the colouring, etc., and manage that in the best appropriate way. If you are bitten, take the bandage this way and put it over the bite that way, and wrap it around like that quite tightly, and then over and over and over and over and over. You don't want to go straight up the limb and have gaps. You want to have at least a 1/2 to 3/4 overlap of the bandage. If you're bitten on the elbow or the knee, do the same thing. Go down the limb and then come back up. A 10-meter bandage will adequately do a full arm, and it will do a leg significantly, just probably less needing the feet. But yeah, go down, then come back up and up to the groin. Use as much of the bandage as absolutely possible. If there is any excess, just tuck it in, and tuck it into the rest or whatever, and just sit down and stay still, and make sure you've called an ambulance. You can actually use a 4.5 meter bandage instead of the full 10, or 2 4.5s for an adult. These are quite useful potentially for children because their limbs are so much smaller, and then it avoids excess. The excess can, if it escapes being tucked in, can create a trip hazard or get caught on other things. So it's only about practical reasoning for why you would want 2 of these or 1 of these. I carry 2 of these because it's actually easier for me to carry them, but I would always carry 2, not just 1. 1 would do something, but 2 will do more. And having 1, any of them, is going to be better than not having any at all, which is the biggest problem. I highly recommend people find a way to carry a bandage, even 1 of these. They are notoriously annoying in your back pocket if you go and sit in a car, or go to sit down with them in your back pocket. They only almost only just fit in your back pocket. They are annoying, but they are a lifesaver, so finding a way to carry them is the best thing. I have concerns with people who say to them, "Where is your closest bandage?" when I've just gone to a snake rescue in their yard, only a couple of meters away from their house, and they say at the back door or inside, or I don't have one, or in the car. The don't have ones are obviously well, maybe you need to go and get one. At the back door can be a concern, because as soon as you're bitten, if you walk even a couple of steps, you are pushing that venom through the lymphatic system. and into the blood supply faster than it probably needs to be. Your body will be able to cope with a certain amount of venom and not dissolve, it will cope with it even without antivenin, and that is reliant on time. So these bandages give you that time, and that's why they're so vital. You may have people offer you snakebite bandaging kits. These are excellent. They've got extra bandages, they've got splints, they've got all sorts of extra things in them. If you do purchase one, please have a look at it and see what's in there, and know how the things in there work, because I've opened up some, even normal first aid kits before, and had major curiosity about what the things are and what they're for. And at the end of the day, you can have a snakebite kit, no worries if they're easy or whatever, but you need to make sure it's on you. And at the very, very, very least, and the thing that will save your life, is this. So I implore people, especially around the Bungendore area where I am, please go and get one, and please find a way to carry it even in your backyard. The snakes are out and about. They're not now, but they do move around, and there is a risk of a bite for humans. These can be used on pets as well. They're great for trying to keep pets still if they've been bitten, and they may save their life as well. So the Bungendore Pharmacy stocks them, and is going to continue and always stock them. And for $10, that's pretty good, you know, for a life-saving thing. But pull them out, play with them, and note that they're elasticized. So it is good practice, a good thing to practice bandaging other people and yourself. The 10 meters are notoriously hard to hold, and honestly, I have done it in training where I've been bandaging somebody, and it is literally elasticized and slung itself out and ended up on the floor. Now, if these end up on the ground, they tend to roll, and they will roll away a long distance, and you don't want to be trying to work out what to do in a situation where your bandage is rolled away and you're actually trying to bandage a person to save their life. And trying to work out how to get that compression back on. It is much easier to get the compression on when they're solid like this, but if they've rolled away and you're bundling them up, it's much harder. To roll them up, we usually get the end on the thigh, and this is if they're not actually attached to anything. On the thigh, roll it, and then roll and pull up the thigh. It seems to be the quickest and easiest way to get them into the roll. And a bit of practice can get that done pretty quick. But, you know, having a bandage roll away on you, especially a nice long 10-meter one, is not a good situation when you're actually panicking about somebody being bitten. They are washable too, and I wouldn't worry about being sterile. The insides of them are usually pretty clean. Most of the parts are being wrapped up. And if you're going over clothing, it doesn't matter anyway. And, you know, you're more worried about saving your life from a snake bite than having things being sterile. And especially out in the bush, you've got dirt and all sorts of other things too. So just have one and know where it is, and potentially carry it a little bit closer than maybe the glove box of the car or the back door of the house. And, yeah, stay safe. Okay.